Tons and tons of notes. Oh man, that was good. Uh, I'll save all of mine because I know that Tay's gonna go over probably half of them, so I don't want to go and ruin it for Tay. So Tay, go ahead, tell us what you've got written down because I know you've got gold, and then you've got additional stuff to add on top of that gold.
Yeah, I'll try not to ruin it for you. I'll try to say something for you. I think it's just so much good, but I think it's also so much that we both from our different stories can just talk about and really just dive deep into. So I just literally had to put points beside the things that I want to talk about because I know if I didn't, I would probably just go down my whole list of notes. I think the first thing that he talked about, and I think it's so important, he said, what you focus on grows. And I love that because one of my quotes that I kind of live by is kind of very similar to that. And it says, your focus forms your future. What you do tomorrow is what you're going to receive. What you do today is what you're going to receive tomorrow. And it's the same thing with the law of sowing and reaping, understanding like the seeds that you plant today are what you're going to harvest tomorrow. So I think you have to be intentional with your time. You have to know what you're doing today, the actions that you're taking. I think same thing with this business. You have to understand, like with this business, like the work that you put in, like that's what you're gonna get out of it. So if you don't like the results that you're seeing, my wife talks about this all the time. If you're doing something and it's working for you, double down on what you're doing because it's working for you. It's going to continue to work for you. So do more of that instead of try to do these multiple other things. So I thought that was super important. And then I also love when he talked about, I wanted to change one thing that he said. He said, spend your time doing what you can influence. And I just want to change that one word, spend, and change it to invest your time in doing the things that you can influence. Because I think we get this mindset when we spend our time doing something, when we feel like putting in the work, we expect to see immediate return. When you invest your time, you know, it may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow, but next month, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, I know I'm going to get not just a return, but a compound effect return on top of that. So I think you have to be more intentional, invest in your time, because once you do that, you don't plant one seed today and just go back checking that seed over and over. You're planting rows of seeds, like you're planting fields of seeds. You're planting more seeds. So you spend your time checking on that. So I love that. The second thing he talked about, and I love this because I think social media just plays the platform great with this. He said, be a lighthouse for others. And one of the things that I live by, and this, I heard it from an older guy, and I thought it was I was kind of confused for a moment, but it made sense to me. He said one of the greatest compliments somebody can pay you is for them to take you for granted. And he shifted, like he blew my mind on. He said, what it says about you is you're consistent. What it says about you is that person telling you, I can trust you. What that person saying to you, I know you will be here. So once I shifted my mind spec and not expecting people to give me compliments for everything that I do and letting them know, like, if they're taking you for granted, it's because they trust you. They understand the fact that I don't have to worry about what you're going to do because I know you're going to get it done. So I think many times we have to literally shift our mindset and understand, like, when you show up on a day-to-day basis, people are not going to recognize you every single day, but it's going to come that point in time where you get that message and they're going to say, thank you. I've been watching you for 6 months. Thank you. I've been watching you for a year, and I just want to let you know the work that you've been done. Or you may have that moment like I did on TikTok where you go missing for an amount of time, and when you come back, people tell you, hey, I missed you. Is everything all right with you? So people check on you and they notice everything that you're doing. So I think we have to have that mindset to understand, like, you may not get that recognition today, but you're there showing up for so many people that you may not see it, but it's happening for you. So I love that. The third thing that he talked about, and I love this because I think Joel recommended the book, What Are You For? And I dove deep into that. It was probably one of my top favorite books, along with It Takes What It Takes. And he said, let people know what you stand for. And one of the questions I got out of that book was like, what are you for? And it made me get super intentional, really ask that question to myself. And the things that I literally had to go, because when I read the book, I was like, I have to know what I'm for. Like, I have to let people know that. And the things that I'm for family. I'm for marriage. I'm for transformation. I'm for growth. And I'm for Christ. And what that tells me is, like, I'm not for, when people come to my page, they know what they're going to get. I'm going to put my wife on a pedestal. I'm going to show them everything that I'm doing with my kids, not just the good, but the bad as well. I'm going to point them towards transformation. That means you're not going to change overnight. You're going to change over time. That means you have to put in the work. That means you have to show up day after day after day. That means you have to you have to get intentional about the habits that you're building. If you have a bad habit, you have to replace that with something that's going to lead you into the direction of building a new habit, because change doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. I'm not for perfect. I'm for better. You may not be where you are today, but I promise you, if you take a step in the right direction, you will be better tomorrow. So I'm for transformation and just continual growth. That's why I continue to show up for this personal development, because I understand not only do I love to share what I've learned with other people, but I also like to remind people, like, if you show up, you will change. If you be intentional, you will get the results that you want. And it doesn't happen by accident. It happened by you being intentional and you prioritizing what's important to you. So that's another that stuck out to me. Just two more, Joel, and I'll leave the rest of you. This third one that I love, because we just saw this overflow, especially with the pandemic happening. I think fear just kind of overtook the whole social platform. Everybody posting what's wrong. And the thing that he said was, turn your fears into fuel. And I love about this, the people who had this, what Joe calls eternal optimist mindset, when the pandemic happened, it forced them to get out of the box. It forced them to get out of the routine. It forced them to do something different. And you see a lot of people had tons of success, especially with our business. We was primed for this moment. We have an opportunity of a lifetime for people who need this. So when this happened for us, what we understood was, like, we have an opportunity to go out and share what we're doing at a new level, and we're going to be able to reach people. So the thing that I got from this, and it was one of the quotes that really hit me lately, and it says, the fears you don't face become your limits. And that just smacked me in the face. And I thought about something funny. It's funny to me. I thought about, I'm afraid of heights. And all I could think about was going to Disney, looking at these roller coasters, people having so much fun on these roller coasters. And because I'm scared of heights, I have to sit on the sideline looking at people enjoy their lives and have fun and experience the full Disney experience. So for me, that sounds funny to me, but I think about putting that in terms of life, the people that's standing on the sideline, scared of failing, scared, like, what if I join this? What if I pay $99 and I don't sign anybody up? Well, you won't, if you don't try, you know you're going to fail. So for me, it's all about taking, like, the things that you fear the most, understand it. And it's one more quote. It says, what you run from stays with you the longest. So the things that you don't face tomorrow, I promise you, a year down the road, that same thing is going to come back up. So go ahead and face that thing today. And just the last thing I wanted to share, and I love this. He said, live the story you want to tell. And I love this, because it's just understanding, like, literally, it is your story to tell. So you get to decide how you want to tell it. Not social media, not your friends that's been talking about you because you joined this crazy business, not the people that want to hate on you and drag you down, not those people, not the people in the church that telling you when is enough is enough. When are you going to start giving back this, giving back that? Not the people who want to see all the bad things happen in life. It is your story to tell. You get to decide how you want to write and live your story. You get to decide what adventures you want to go on. For us, we know with our company, this time of year, the thing that I love the most that we're doing, and I saw Joel and Stephanie doing it with their team, and I love the costumes that I'm thinking about stealing that idea. But the dream board, this is literally you making a dream board of what your life wants to look like. When you make that dream board, don't just do it to cut out pictures and put things on a poster just to say, this is what I like, and just sitting on the sideline. Like, no, this is you building your life. This is what interests you. These are the goals and the dreams that you aspire to live, that you want to bring to fruition in your life. So for me, it's understanding that I put that second part of that along with that dream board. Along with this dream board, I have to have this action plan. I look at my dreams and I look at the action plans that I have. Does this match up? If it doesn't match up, one thing's that have to happen. I have to dream smaller, or I have to level up even more. And for me, I'm not gonna lower my standards, lower my dreams, because I don't think I'm worthy of it all. So I have to up my level of commitment and work that I'm going to put in. I understand I have to up my action steps that I'm going to take. So I hope this helped you guys. Just so much to share. So just understanding, like, the next step is the best step that you can ever take, because that is going to move you forward today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about next week. Don't worry about what's to come. Worry about what you can do today. My favorite quote of the year, and I'll leave it to you guys because it's recommended from Joel. My favorite book, literally, it takes what it takes. It takes what it takes. And he said, what you do is the game changer. Point blank, period. What you do is the game changer. If you decide not to go after your dreams, you won't have it. If you decide to go after your dreams, you will have it. So understand the steps that you take, the next thing that you do is going to move you closer to the dreams that you want. So just so much good in this, Joe, and I'm excited to hear what you have to share too, man.
I'm just going to point it out now. Hard work pays.
Yes.
I specifically picked out this shirt to follow up your talk. Guys, that was awesome. So we're talking about how to learn to grow and lead leaders. And I love how he said the thing that we really have to do to lead leaders is we have to focus on what we can control. Okay. Sorry to blow your minds right now. It may upset a couple of you, but you are in a business of people. Have you tried controlling a group of people? It does not happen. So we say it all the time. Your success is up to you. You have to say to yourself each morning, if it is to be, it's up to me. Focus on the things you can control. You can't control how many host-to-posts somebody else gets up. You can't control how many distributors your diamond enrolls. You can't control how many customers your newbie gets. But what you can control is the actions that you do, how you train them and how you help them. You can control the amount of time that you put into your business. But here's another thing. You can't control people's reactions. I love what he says is most people will do all of these things, but not everybody will see the results. That was mind-blowing to me, because sometimes people will do the work, but the results don't show up until later down the road. I mean, how many success stories have you heard of people who got started and did nothing in their business for the first 6 months? They were working, but they weren't seeing the results. But then all of a sudden, after 6 months, they went diamond in 90 days. Then they went double in another 30 days. And then they went triple in another 30 days after that. It's almost like 6 months of nothing and then 6 months of success. So I've got this quote here that I pulled up. And it's a post that I was going to do later today. And it's just amazing that that's how God works. It goes with everything that we're doing on the day that we're doing it. It says, own lane, own race, own pace. But like Tay was saying, when you have your dream board and you have all of that stuff lined up, now look at the actions that you're willing to do. Do they match up? Because the gap between those two are what cause frustration and cause people to quit. So make sure you know what the price to pay to get those dreams are and that you're willing to pay it. So focus on the things you can control, because what you can't control will frustrate you. And that's where most people are. They focus on the things that they can't control. I went back through after you said that, Tay, and I scribbled out spend your time on and put invest your time on. He says, invest your time on what you can influence, invest your time on what you can make better, and invest your time on being the best of all of those things that you can do. Second point that he was talking about was being a lighthouse. Weather vanes spin in the wind, but lighthouses stand strong during the storm. So be that for the people around you, not just your team, your community, your friends, your family. Be the person that they go to during hard times. Leaders are most needed when things are tough and when things get rocky. Kind of the same old adage of calm waters never make a good sailor. It's the rough storm that teaches them what they need to know to be that good leader. Oh man, there's so much good stuff. On being a lighthouse, one of the things that wasn't in here for the notes that I wrote down that he said is, who is counting on you to prevail? Add that to your list of why you're doing this. Is it your children that are counting on you? Is it your parents? Is it your friends and family? Is it your church? Is it your community? When you start realizing the bigger impact that you have because of the ability that you have to be successful with this, man, you can become unstoppable because you have a driving force that will keep you going long beyond a good check. You know, he said, be strong, be confident, have directions, have courage to make things happen, develop processes and a core, develop the ability to stand tall when others cower, develop an inner toughness, be things, well, that's an error. Be the person that others count on when things are tough. When you are that person that people go to, like Tay was saying, when you're not there, they miss you. And that's one of the biggest compliments that you can get. The third section that he talked about was making your parents proud. And this goes back to just making someone proud, doing things for the right reason, doing things for an honorable and noble purpose. Number one, realize you only get one shot at life. There is no dress rehearsal. And number two, don't take everything so seriously. You have to have fun along the way, because guess what? People want to be around people who make them happy and have fun. So if it's all business and no play, man, that's when people start to drop off, because of the fact that they're no longer having fun. They no longer derive joy from it. And then all of a sudden they go, well, why am I doing this anyways? If I'm not happy, why am I doing this? Go out and live the stories you want to tell. That's going to be one of my new favorite quotes. I love that. And this is a good one. We're all FUDs. We're all feared. We're all filled with fear, uncertainty, and doubt, because we are biologically created that way. Our body looks for things that can cause us harm. It remembers them, and then it points them out to us constantly. It's a survival mechanism. So don't think that you're afraid of things because you're a bad person or because you're a fearful person. No, that's a part of your DNA that you have to constantly battle. I love this. And we've said this quite a few times. Don't become a victim of your fear. Instead, turn your fears into fuel. Have it be the thing that pushes you further, because most of your fears are irrational anyways. They're emotional and really have no place in moving you forward. So they're going to be the limit that draws you back and keeps you from going to where you want to be. The fears you don't face become the limits of your life. That was amazing, Tay. I had to write that down. I love, he says, choose to be brave and live a life that you want. Nobody else can live your life for you. Guys, hopefully this helped. Go back, listen to it again, take notes, share it with others, take what you learn, put it into action, and go out and make it an amazing day. We'll see you guys here again next time.